everybody, and welcome back for another coffee, tea, or video. This is a collaboration video with the Facebook group Breakfast Club for YouTubers to Collaborate. Now, I will leave a link to that group down below in the description bar, along with other YouTubers who are also involved in doing this collaboration. So by all means, check out those links down below, and if you want to partake, come and join us on Facebook. So let's get started with this, shall we? Go grab whatever it is that you want to drink, and I'll wait right here. I'm gonna have water today, guys. Okay, so this week's topic is our most memorable moments from fall's past. And you know, I have heaps of them. This could take years. But I'll make it quick. One of the things that I remember most about fall and that I truly love is once the leaves start piling up in the yard. I used to love to collect them all together before bagging them. Just make a big pile of leaves and then jump in them. Just bury myself in them. Dig my way out. I used to love doing that as a kid. I just thought that was so much fun. The other thing that I remember about fall, and seriously one of my most favorite things is about the fall, is not only watching, you know, the leaves turn and the warmth of the fall days and the birds migrating and stuff like that. I think one of my most memorable moments is, and I was just a young child when I did this. You know, I'm looking back on it now. You know, the butterflies, the monarch butterflies, this is about the time of year when they start to migrate. And seeing one at this time of year is a real treasure. And I remember as a child, there was this, I mean, it was several blocks away from my home. I used to walk there to like an old abandoned cemetery, only it wasn't really like a cemetery. It was more like a hidden flower garden, because the flowers that had been placed there were actual living plants. They weren't just, you know, cut flowers that people were leaving at the graves. Back in the day, you know, people used to actually plant flowers on the grave sites or in the old graveyards, and so these flowers would just take off and grow. And this particular was very, very old. I remember a lot of the stones were like, had fingers pointing up, and there's a real old abandoned church on this site, and it was something like out of a dream, you know. But I remember one fall afternoon in particular, and I couldn't even begin to tell you what day it was or anything like that, but the flowers were, there were still flowers. There was the fall flowers, you know, and a couple scattered irises here and there, and some beautiful daylilies, and of course the flowers that the monarchs love, milkweed, were everywhere. And so it was almost dreamlike. And I laid down on the grass there, and it was an unmown area, and the flowers were up tall, and the trees were changing color, and the leaves were yellow and orange and different shades of varying green and brown, and just beautiful. And I laid down and I looked up, and butterflies were floating over the top of me. Lots of different butterflies, mostly monarchs. They, for some reason, were very attracted to the area, probably because of the milkweed plant, but at any rate, it was just magical. And I remember laying there and thinking to myself, there has to be a God, because all this beauty in one place, this magical moment in time, this can't be an accident. This can't be an happenstance. This can't be of anything other than what God gave us. This has to be, this is sheer proof there is a God. Yeah. And you know, to this day, when I'm out in the fall and I'm watching the colors of the leaves change and the season change from summer into its fall colors, and I see the butterflies migrating and the caterpillars coming out, and it reminds me of that childhood memory when I knew, without being in a church, without somebody telling me, without any more than this just magical moment, that we have a God and that none of this is an accident. Yeah. I think that's probably my most memorable moment. That's the one that really, really sticks out in my mind. There's one other one that I could tell you about that's almost as touching and definitely as spiritual. So I'll move you in a little closer. So this happened when I was, I don't know, I was probably, I don't know, my mid-30s, somewhere around there. And a group of friends of mine, we were all trail riding, and I used to go to this riding stables that I just absolutely loved. And one fall evening, we decided that we would all take an evening ride, right? It was so amazing. It was so incredibly amazing. We all rode bareback. Not one of us had a saddle on our horse. Most of us were riding in nothing more than halters, so we didn't even have bridles on our horses. We were just riding with halters. And so we decided to go down into this valley. There was several valleys in this pasture land, and we decided to go down into this valley where we knew that there was a certain variety of wildflower growing, and we were going to pick some wildflowers, you know, do the girly thing and just kind of enjoy it. So we rode down in there, and as we were riding down in there, the sun was setting and it was just starting to become dusk. You know, when there's still just a hint of daylight, but yet you have that, I don't know, that special sunset in the fall that you get, you know, with those vivid purples and magentas and all of that. And the sun was just setting in that kind of a sunset. And we rode down into that valley. And as we got down into the valley, it seemed to be twinkling, literally like twinkling, like glitter, gold everywhere. It was lightning bugs. And they were all frantically trying to find one another in this romantic dance. That was magical. That is a moment I will never ever forget. And those are two that I cherish the most in my life. And they didn't involve money and gifts, and no, they just involved being. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, those are two of my very most memorable moments of the fall. Ones I will forever have with me, and that definitely bring me closer to God. So if you have any memorable moments that you want to share, leave them in the comment bar. I'd love to know what touches you at this time of year. God bless. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay true to yourselves, love yourselves, and be kind to others. Bye-bye.